Hello friends, welcome back. Welcome to Elden Ring Randomizer Part 2. And today we are continuing our search for the Axe of Godfrey, in theory. In single player, but with the seamless co-op mod logged in because we're going to maybe be doing more of this in the near future. How is everyone? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for sticking around if you stuck around from Minecraft. I think the randomizer stuff has been set up okay. So I'm just going to make a quick post about this and then we should be ready to go. Just to make sure everybody knows I'm now streaming Elden Ring and not Minecraft, even though bundles have just showed up, and I expect there will be people coming in saying, hey, there are bundles now. The answer is, I know. I really wish I'd taken a screenshot of Fear. Okay, I have one of Yura. That should work fine. It's time for me to stream more Elden Ring Randomizer. Okay. Let's go. And I need to check that everything is still randomizing properly, which it should be. But just gotta test a few things. Yep, looks like everything's fine. Okay, great. Alright, so we have the Gargoyle's Great Axe +5. Doing pretty well for the smithing stones. We've got the two-handed sword talisman to begin with, so we're going to be two-handing. Today we're going to be continuing to tick off stuff around Limgrave. I actually made a quick notes app document to remind myself of what's out there, because sometimes in the process of exploring like this, I miss stuff that I should probably be keeping an eye on. And so, with that in mind, we're going to start over here at the Bridge of Sacrifice. Where Irina should still be alive, for now. We're going to go to Earthbore Cave, which is actually probably easier to get to by jumping across on the Spirit Spring, but it's down here, so we shouldn't need to worry too much about that. Laughing, that post appeared above one from cats being weird little guys. We all know that too well. Right, let's hop down here real quick. Oh, managed to not take any fall damage. Very nice. Where is Earthbore Cave from here? It's along the shoreline here. Oh god. Oh, and there's a dragon up there, of course. This. No, no, no. Absolutely not. Here it is. Don't worry about the dragons. Everything's fine. Yeah, the Bridge of Sacrifice. A very dramatic place. Okay. So, this is an area where the floor gives way if you run straight across to this chest, but you can go around, so we're going to do that. We're going to open this up. I need to remember that this isn't Dark Souls controls anymore. Rain of Arrows! Oh, how lovely. Oh, that reminds me we need to go and do the platform where the laser golem is, except it's not going to be the laser golem, so that might actually be nice. So the boss of this cave is usually a Runebear. I am slightly worried about what it's going to be instead. But I should probably be more worried about what's going to be on the way down here. So trigger warning if you don't like ants of a giant variety or corpses that are incredibly bloody. I've just done... Oh god. I've just done the area of Dark Souls where there's like these things that... the shambling dudes that explode and like immediately make you toxic, and that was honestly the worst area in the entire game so far. I mean, the area itself was fine, but the enemies are annoying. Mostly because... oh, God! There's a guy on a horse in here! What are you doing? My dude. This is clearly not a horse environment, my friend. As you can tell from the fact that you're currently running into the walls of a cave. Oh, I forgot my health flasks are awful as well. Why is this guy the worst to track in a cave environment? Thank you, God. Now die! Thanks for the mushroom, I guess. Bye, horse. Horse has gone down the tunnel, it's fine. Cuckoo Knights. Hey, at least all of the enemy scaling here has meant that anything that difficult that we run into is actually going to be a bit more squishy, a bit less punishing. But in here, oh, it's the Stone Digger Troll, huh? Oh, and he's standing over an item that's apparently going to be really good, judging by the color of the weapon or item drop aura. So, Rune Stone Digger Troll. Oh, unfortunately I missed the crit. That's fine. He seems easy enough to take down with this kind of weapon. There we go. We did it! The run can start! No way, dude! I could literally have come here at the beginning of the game and we'd have got it. Yes! Okay, I don't have the stats ready to wield this yet. It needs 14 dex and 42 strength, but we have the Axe of Godfrey. I need to edit the title. Okay, I just added some exclamation marks. That's all I did. Oh, that's so good! The run is valid! We've done it! A blessed Tuesday, friends. A blessed Tuesday. Like, literally, like, the first thing on the list on my notes app. Like, I promise you I have not, like, looked this up or anything. I mean, you'd wonder how you could look it up, but there is actually, like, a text document that it prints to, but I have not... I thought to myself, it's going to be way more fun if we go around and, like, just try and loot everything in Limgrave. Okay, right. So now we need to focus on leveling up. I need to figure out what the best way of getting hold of large amounts of runes is. I mean, we could break Horaloo's Remembrance for all I care at this point, but honestly, I can crack all of these and I will have a decent amount of leveling runes already. Let's get back to... I do still want to do some of the other locations, because we can get, like, accessories, talismans that are going to help, maybe armor, you know, all kinds of, like, interesting bits like that. M&D, thank you for the gift sub, by the way. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You've been crazy lucky before in Minecraft. I'm not surprised. I mean, sure, true, but, like, was not expecting to find it this early, and this is totally what I wanted, because we're basically... We haven't done Stormveil yet. Like, we've only really done Limgrave. I haven't even been to Caelid. We can do basically the entirety of the game once I've got enough, like, levels to even use the weapon. We can do the entirety of the game with the Axe of Godfrey, which means we don't need to start a new game plus for this. So what I'm going to do is crush all of these runes, and we're going to put stats into dex first, because this has, what, 42 strength requirement? Which means, what's 42 divided by 3? Pass. No, we can do this. It's like... Is it 14, right? So 28 strength would be enough to two-hand it? Yeah. So, like, we are only 1 point away on strength. We just need to have the dex requirement. And then we can two-hand, which we're going to be doing anyway, because A, it's Axe of Godfrey, and B, I have the two-handed sword talisman. So we can get to 12 dex. This will probably get us to 13. That might get us to 14. Not quite. But I have enough to get us to 14, and then all we need is... Just ran over your headphones. Oh no! Okay, we have minimum dex requirement fulfilled. Now I just need to kill enough stuff that I can gather like 5,000 runes, level up one more time, and then we can use the Axe of Godfrey from this point onwards. See if we can take out this guy. Famous last words. How much does that get us? Okay, like 200. Not... I was hoping for thousands. I don't know why. Anyway, we'll continue with what I had in mind, which is looting the catacombs next. 2 in Limgrave, 2 in Weeping Peninsula. Because if we head up to... Let's do the Weeping ones first, since we're here. Since Weeping Peninsula is a blessed location for me right now. If we get up to... up here... Can't believe I got the axe, dude. That's so funny. Okay, that was only like 100. Yeah, not really worth fighting these guys. Let's grab this Grace while we're here. But at this point, like, we can't even just make a beeline for Leyndell because we still need to get 2 Great Runes. And I don't know where we're going to find those because they're not necessarily going to be rewards for defeating bosses. So the 2 rune requirement is going to rely heavily on whether or not we find the Great Runes. Presumably still as rewards for certain, like, items. For like, significant items or whatever, but, like, who knows? We could be getting them from bosses. We could be getting them just, like, as pickups on the ground. They might even be in shops. Or they might be... rewards from other remembrances that I need to cash in. The only thing that I know the randomizer can do is it guarantees that you will be able to find them. They're not going to be, like, locking you out of Leyndell. Like, it makes sure that some of them are available to you in the first few areas. Could a random mob drop boss levels of runes? I think the way it scales the damage that stuff does, I think it also scales the... you know what I think has just happened? Sorry. Minor tangent here. In these catacombs, there are often imps hanging off of walls, and I think it has generated a creature in some of those locations, but a creature that doesn't have the capability of hanging off walls, and so when I got up there, it just... dropped like a zombie or whatever into a pit. But yeah, like the way it scales damage for enemies and scales enemy HP regardless of what the enemy is, I'm fairly certain it also scales the rewards in a similar fashion so that you're not going to be able to farm like thousands of runes from killing like a rat that's just in the place of Greyoll or someone. Okay, cool. There's some gold-tinged poop here, and a rat. And that's all. Okay, fun. I'm pretty sure that's just a place where a grave glovewort is. Oh, yeah, and it's this one, isn't it? So we need to run over here. The traps aren't randomized. Those are still going to be the same. I'll absolutely take the smithing stone, though, and it's put a smithing stone just on a... Yeah, that's funny. The sort of prosthetic cave wall that it's got going on here. Oh, just about made that. Alright, we're in, lads. We're in! Whatever the boss of this place is, I'm hoping that it will at least drop a reasonable amount of runes, or even like a golden rune that I can use to level up. That'd be kind of nice too. Oh my god, there's a rotten duelist in here. Oh, no way, this is wild. Oh, and I don't want to tangle with the lightning thing. Okay, just gonna make my way up the ladder. It's fine, it's fine. Ow. Chat, you ever have an arrow sticking out of, like, the base of your spine? I was absolutely smashing Y to make sure that that message didn't block me, but it did anyway. Okay, so now we can get out of here. Oh, you are not welcome. You know what I would absolutely love from this point onwards? Sacred Tears, please. Oh no. Oh no. Chat, this is the worst. Actually, genuinely awful. To be fair, great place for the boss. But these things are the worst. Would absolutely not want to encounter one here if it was your first time playing the game, but... I think we can manage just about. Might take a try or two. There we go. Oh! Okay. Give me runes for that, please. Oh, a memory stone. That's fun. I don't know if we'll actually use any spell casting in this, but pretty funny. Okay. Right. Oh, and now I'm going to die. Still poisoned. I made it out. Time for a sip of tea, I think. Fortunately, I just spawn at this grace, and I can collect my runes up here. So, yeah, we could break Horror Lou's Remembrance, but I think now we've got the Catacombs done, we have a memory stone from that. I think the Catacombs are going to be worth doing for, like, potential for golden seeds or flask upgrades. So let's see how we get on. Excuse me, chaps. I'm honestly so happy we got the weapon I wanted. Because, for a start, this counts towards the A to Z now. It's official. But also, now I don't have to be meticulous about getting absolutely everything. Once we have just a couple of the things that I need. And that's refreshing, to be honest. I don't have to consider, like, what if I need to go to the Erdtree to get this weapon? It will actually feel a bit more like... That doesn't look like it's worth it. It actually feels a little bit more like how I was expecting these playthroughs to go generally. In terms of the swiftness. Once again, sorry about the bugs. I almost feel sad that we're saying farewell to the Gargoyle's Axe so soon. Because this has been a heck of a weapon. I'm actually looking forward to the run where we get to use this thing for real. Also, why do the smithing stones attached to random pieces of terrain look kind of lewd? Let's not think too hard about that. What's in here? There's usually some stuff hiding in the alcoves. Okay, I was mistiming that one. How many weapons are there and how many have I done? I've done 10 so far. There are 408. Oh, God. Well. About that. You appear to be having a hard time driving this. Okay, so it turns out that was a mimic the entire time. Also, this item actually looks like bait. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Now you're talking. That felt like the equivalent of, you know, in Minecraft, how people will park shipwrecks in, like, icebergs. I say people, you know, the game parks a shipwreck in an iceberg occasionally. Oh, there are actually, like, multiple of the same type of enemy in here? Like it's actually planned? Like a catacomb? Yeah, having the, oh god. Don't want to tangle with that right now. Do kind of want to see what this item is, though. Oh, Smithing Stone 2 and Golden Runes. Nice. I think that Golden Rune might actually get us over the line if we're not ready to level up quite this second. Hello. Yes. Good. Smithing Stones again. We can fight the boss now. Can never remember if there's like imps waiting for you in this room, but excuse me. Does the randomizer include DLC items? So the DLC is randomized separately from the game with the settings that I've chosen. And it was mainly because I didn't want to add in another potentially like 100 or so items that could stand between me and the axe that we wanted. But now I'm kind of regretting that because we have the axe. And I might even be able to use it on this next boss. Provided that my calculations regarding dual wielding this, or two-handing this rather, are correct. Yes. Okay, we're doing this. Gotta remember that the moveset is different. This is technically a colossal weapon instead of a great axe. Which I'm pretty sure the Gargoyle's Axe is a great axe. Yeah, I mean, it's called the Gargoyle's Great Axe, but, you know, there are occasionally weird stipulations to this. We did get Gideon the Messmer cosplayer. Yeah, so DLC outfits, I think, are exempt. Cemetery Duelist, let's go. Oh god, and there are jars? Why are there jars? Oh, I'm also a heavy load. I just realized I'm heavy rolling. And I do not have the stamina to wield this either. I also have a lot of poise when I swing this. Kind of amazed he hasn't staggered yet. There we go. So this axe is currently completely unupgraded as well. Thankfully, we have a few somber smithing stones. I don't know how the jars were involved, but hey, thanks for the warrior greaves, I guess. Some volcanic stone. You love to see it. Yeah, the NPCs can have DLC outfits, is what we have discovered. Okay, I need to get this back down to a medium roll. And I think the malformed dragon gauntlets are probably heavy for gloves, but we can also probably get back down to the aristocrat's hat. Fun though it has been to wield Hoslow's helm, I do think it's a lot more fun if we're just default clothing. The dress and axe combo is insane. Like, that's so good. So we need to head back to the Church of Elis so we can upgrade this a couple times. I cannot believe the luck. I am so, so happy. You have no idea. Okay, so we don't have a Smithing Stone 3 yet, or a Somber 3. But then, compared to where we were at with the axe, we're actually the same amount along the upgrade path because, like, +5 is the equivalent of +2 on a Somber weapon. We're a fifth of the way to max on both of those. The Duelist was the one from Jar Catacombs? Oh, I guess. Right, yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Okay. So, we need to do Stormfoot Catacombs here. We need to do Impaler's Catacombs there. We also need to go up to here and see what's up, because there's a couple of other items. There's usually a talisman around there with the fallen Golem. We haven't done Artist's Shack over here yet. There's still a couple of things to do in the Mistwood. We obviously haven't been down to Shifra River. But not too much of this matters now, which is incredible. There's also a chance that this Everjail is going to have an easier boss because the Crucible Knight is on Weeping. So I guess we'll go from here to... Hello, Torrent, please. We'll go from here to Stormfoot Catacombs. We'll do that. We'll get all this gubbins on the way. There's so many weird, like, weird enemies spawned in around here. Oh, the damage. Yeah, I think we're going to need to upgrade Endurance just so I have enough to swing this regularly, because Colossal Weapons take a lot of stamina. An actual ambush enemy in the ambush enemy spot in this catacomb? No way, dude. Noble's Gloves. Oh, we're putting together an outfit now. Oh, yes. And a Red Mane Knight helm. We could put on the, this is the Albinaurix. Yeah, Albinauric Archer. We could go, like, full femme outfit. And Hoslow's helm could be worn with these gloves because the gloves were just absurd. But I think we're actually going to keep the Malformed Dragon gloves because it looks really funny with the dress. Yeah, we'll figure out the outfit a little bit later, but for now I'm just having fun running around like this. What next? There's an octopus up there. Just going to run through all of this. Get to the bits that matter. Oh, hello. Really not after getting Scarlet Rot today. The Celebrant Skull instead of a Prattling Pate. That's such a good trade. Very, very good. I think I see something legendary down here as well, yeah. And this is normally a bunch of incredibly passive imps posing as statues attached to the walls, but instead what we're getting is some other enemies that just don't mess with us until... Oh. That's not the Black Blade, that's the incantation Black Blade. That might be kind of good. Like, if we can turn this into a faith build, it's obviously not a faith-based weapon. But, like, if we've got time and if we need to, having the Black Blade incantation could be very nice. Oh god, the Stormhawks. Where'd it go? Did it fly up into the... No idea how I'm supposed to get that. I'm pretty sure this is just a plant, so we'll ignore that. Yep, it's just under there now. Also got to remember that these aren't player phantoms because I'm not online. I think I just got a flight pinion from an enemy, even though I was not fighting the Stormhawk. It's pretty funny. Yeah, the bundles are out. That's another Duelist. The rotten one this time. I challenge you to a duel. Except this time I can medium roll. And you die in 4 hits. Love that for us. A little bit of Scarlet Rot. And another Talisman Pouch. This is why we come to the Catacombs. This is why we come to the Catacombs. But yeah, I'll be making a video about bundles tomorrow. It might even drop tomorrow for all I know, because I'm very excited about it, and it might as well come out sooner rather than later. It's going to be a nice, easy episode to make, at least. But yeah, the Talisman Pouch is huge, because if we get another Talisman that will work, I mean, I can start to boost damage negation immediately. It might be worth getting one that increases stamina recovery, if we can swing that, like if I can find the turtle talisman from somewhere. Let's go up to Saint's Bridge. We've got the Highway Catacombs, or Highway Cave over there as well. Might want to do the lottery this week. No, I've used up all my luck here, clearly. We helped out Alexander last stream, so that's fine. We don't need to worry about that now. Impaler's Catacombs is over here. I'm still waiting for something that's going to absolutely throw me. Like, something that's gonna... A boss that's completely out of sequence, and I'm gonna have to fight Malenia with, like, this big, heavy axe. Oh, a little bit framesy. I'm slightly worried about what's in here. Let's give it a chance. Okay, that seems to have cleaned it up. Whatever was going on there, I'm slightly worried about. Oh god, yep. Whatever's over here. Oh. Yeah, my game really does not like this. There's some sort of combination of stuff in here that is really dropping my frame rate. I think it's the thing underneath the stairs. I think there's a Yeti down there or something. Oh, it's one of those crows. Yeah, it's not enjoying that, is it? Okay, whew. Oh, and there's a worm face in here as well. It's just a lot of enemies that it's not keen on rendering. Oh, we got a light crossbow. Ouch. Yep, that thing colliding with the ceiling is also not good. But it's genuinely the crow in this room that's giving it the full jitters. If you'll excuse me, I will try and... Oh, there we go. Oh, oh, thank goodness for that. Yeah, that was definitely it. I do have the Axe of Godfrey, yes. It was in the first cave, if you can believe it. The first cave we went in. This is normally the Uchi Katana, but now it is soap. And the worm face is glitching through the floor here, but that's fine. We don't need to worry about any of these. Yeah, it really did not like that crow being here specifically. But the charged R2s in this thing do absurd damage, and it's barely upgraded, and I barely have the strength to wield it, but I have the two-handed talisman, and I think that's compensating a lot. Got another Somber 1. We need to start getting Sombers like 3 and 4 and stuff. Black Knife Ancient Hero, let's go. Okay. Couldn't even hit him yet because of the AoEs. But once I can hit him, this should be a fairly short fight. Oh, I forgot about that attack. Yep. And the fight's over. Yes, me and Sloy finished our... Oh, another memory stone. Nice. Me and Sloy finished our playthrough, so this is now a solo but randomized... Godskin Noblehood? Yeah, this is a solo but randomized playthrough, and we obtained the weapon for the Elden Ring A-Z, so we are on sequence. Which is great, because my alternative to this was just going to be playing through with the Axe of Godfrey, the Axe of Godrick, and then using the same character for Axe of Godfrey. But we are now covered for Axe of God. So I'm happy about that. We need to leave the area where that crow is, just to prevent it from jittering every time we get around here. So the Lance Talisman is normally here. Instead, oh, amazing, we have a mixed physic tier. Is the Spiked Crack tier the one that does extra stance break? If so, huge. I also need to find the one guy that you kill to get the Golden Vow incantation, because... Oh, that's entirely unnecessary. I think it's around the next set of plateaus, but I'm fairly certain that is a guaranteed drop, so that'll have another guaranteed drop for us. Although I'm not certain if it'll be of the equivalent value. Alright, so we'll head down here, we'll go to High Road Cave. We also need to go and see Patches, because Patches' shop is going to have some wild stuff in it, I imagine. But yeah, this is High Road Cave. Fortunately, I have a lantern, so I don't need to use the torch, because then that'd force me to one hand. Which would not be good with my current loadout. Yeah, I really want to spend these runes. So normally Guardian Golem is the boss fight in here. Which means we're going to get a Golem as a boss fight in a completely unrelated area. Also love that this cave isn't full of wolves like it normally is. Big fan of that as a concept. Me and this guy just missing each other. Let's sneak on through here. The one thing about having the Axe of Godfrey early is it doesn't necessarily allow me to... I mean, with this being a randomizer as well, it doesn't necessarily allow me to build my character in the same way that I would if I had a ton of this stuff already, you know? Because at this point I would be able to... Smithing Stone 4? Well, that'd be nice if I still had a regular weapon. I don't know what kind of Smithing Stone that is. Let me up at it. I couldn't see it from the other angle. Can't use torrent in here. We can loop back around. I might even be able to get back up there this way. But yeah, we normally I'd have gathered a ton of like related stuff up to this point, or I'd be able to go and beeline for any of the other stuff that I think would benefit this build and build that character. But I won't be able to do that this way. Aeonian Butterfly faked me out. I thought that was going to be a good drop, and now I am Death Blighted. Help. I'm like you. Absolutely not with the Warhawks. What's up, Burninator? Welcome in. Oh yeah, we're back here now. I kind of forget my way around this one. I normally take a very straightforward route through this, but I think we're coming out into the Waterfall Cave. Oh my god. Okay, so far the placement for these enemies has been 2 for 2 amazing. There's also a fire prelate down there. But now I hate this, actually. Can we not, please? Okay, thank goodness for that. I really hope the boss at the end of this is easy, because I have lost a lot of health on the way down here, and a lot of flasks have had to be consumed. Oh yeah, I gotta remember the roll and poke. The roll and poke is very good on Colossals. Oh, I just realized they're up on a pillar. I don't recall if they have many, like, ranged attacks, but this is an area where a bunch of bats fly down and get you. And so the fire prelate may just stand there because they can't reach me. Or they can do that. They do have ranged attacks after all. Ow. Can we not, please, madam? Thank you kindly. I will leave now. Apologies for disrupting your cave. Let's go straight to the boss fight. At least here we have a stake of Marika. We'll see what's in here. Oh, okay. A duo fight. Normally this is Guardian Golems, so... I'll take it as long as I can stagger this guy. Good. Oh, that was close. But I think we should have this in hand now. Well, that was worth it. It was worth it! We have half the Dectus Medallion. That's incredibly important. Pretty close, but we made it. Where is this in the game? Very early. This is the High Road Cave in Limgrave. I still have so little health. I'm going to warp to probably Agil South. And the other place we want to go is Patch's Cave. Which means we're doing the Bloody Finger Nerijus fight. Sorry, I have a thing. 1 second. Okay, cool. Great. Yeah. Okay, couple of things. We can level up, for one thing. Which means, yeah, strength stat for wielding this axe goes up. Secondly, Wondrous Physic enhances charged attacks. Well, that's also good. So I'm absolutely taking that. Now, that Scarab over there will have something for me. Basically a glass cannon right now, more or less. Yeah. Grave Glovewort, okay, not terrible though. There's still the Somber Stone I missed, I know, but the thing about the Somber Stones is that, from what I can tell so far, I have not been given any smithing stones that are outside, like, 1s and 2s on Somber, and I've got, like, a very minimal amount of 3s and 4s. So I think it keeps the distribution of the smithing stones region-locked. So I think, as far as I can tell, we have a situation here where I will probably still be getting the smithing stones that I want from the areas in the game where I would expect to find them without the randomizer. And I think that means we'll be okay to just progress, and we'll probably be able to level the weapon at roughly the cadence we normally would in the vanilla game. So you see, I'm getting smithing stone 4s as drops from some of these, but in terms of, like, where you're getting them area-wise, I think the only thing that might deviate from that will be shops, because the shop stock is truly a lot more random. But even then, I think they might have thought of that. So you can't just get, like, a plus 25 weapon right at the beginning of the game if you get lucky with the randomizer. And the same will probably be true of this axe not getting me a plus 10 somber weapon. I would honestly trade it all right now for the ability to keep this axe, but also the Sacred Tears to upgrade my flasks. Would kind of love that. Okina. Alright, so it changes the invaders as well. I've not encountered any of these yet. So we're fighting Okina, who does still seem to be Okina. Although with a different outfit. He's still got Rivers of Blood. Yep, he still has Rivers of Blood. Yura, where are you? Please, God, come and help me. Why are you so far away, Yura? He's coming from the spot that he was at underneath that one ruin.
If it isn't Nerijus.
It isn't Nerijus, Yura.
The end is nigh.
Oh, well done, Yura. He's still got his massive katana too, so that's fine. With the flower in his hair and everything. And a smithing stone 1 for our efforts instead of Reduvia. Well, Reduvia was just in a shop somewhere, so kind of not surprised, actually. Right, incredible. Good. We move on. So obviously, Yura moves to down here. We don't really need to talk to him here, but
Just remember,
there's an item here. There's a catacombs at the end of this. There's an Onyx Lord just casually patrolling, which is a concern. Or is he an Alabaster? He might be an Alabaster. Either way, we're going to run to the end of this. We're going to do Murkwater Catacombs. I also haven't done the Poison Tunnel in Weeping Peninsula. But I'm debating whether or not to bother now that we have this weapon. The push for strength continues. How much more do I need? I'm pretty sure I have that now. What's up, 13th? Welcome in. We're getting there, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Baby steps. There's a wolf on the roof. I really wanted that to rhyme, but it didn't. I was like, a wolf on the roof? A wolf on the roof? Oh god. Oh god. Misbegotten. No, you don't. I said no, you don't. Wrong lever, Kronk. Yeah, we're going to need to do the catacombs and stuff, if only because surely some of the sacred tears and the flask upgrades are going to be in areas like this. Boss rewards and stuff. Alright, my guess is... it was gonna be this guy, I forgot his name. Cemetery Shade. Also, apparently my nemesis. Ah, let me out. No! Okay, good. I mashed my way out of it. Oh, we're like 1 point of damage away from being able to two-shot the guy. There we go. More memory stones. Okay, so apparently those are just standard catacomb rewards, I guess? He does not look happy about that. He's like, ugh. Anyhow. Made it through that encounter in one piece. Let's go and see Patches. Oh my god, the amount of junk down here is incredible. Ow. Shot in the back yet again. And this is why I'm not playing the lottery. The good balances out with the bad. All the random Miquella's lilies around here are certainly spoiling the lore perspective on why those exist. I would love it if in one of these places, you know how in Lanedale, I say you know how, not everyone's going to know this, but if you go to Lanedale, there is one area you pass through where there is a character playing the flute in a scene. I would honestly kind of love it if that guy ended up like in a completely unrelated location, but was still playing the flute. Because he's basically playing along with the music that's in the background in Lanedale, except the melody would make absolutely no sense unless you were there. But I could see it working. Something that's actually worse than the mushrooms that you normally get there. Great work. I assume this is still going to be the Patches fight. Like, I don't see why they would make this a different boss. This treasure chest is going to have something different in it. A rune arc! Something more valuable than his trousers. Can't wait to see what Patches looks like. Oh my god. It's Patches, the mother of fingers. He's dressed as Ymir. Oh, it really started raining outside.
Wait, please. I surrender. White flag and all.
So fun fact, in my Dark Souls 1 playthrough that I'm doing right now, I accidentally killed Patches.
Well, finally come round, have you? I knew you would. You're a man of reason. True and true.
The squat with Ymir's like outfit is very good.
What do you know? How did I took you for an innocent water? A true. I'm tarnished only for now in exchange for honestly, frankly.
Patches the hyena
I'll be ready to.
in Dark Souls, I believe. It's another screenshot I need to send to Zloy. Patches the sunflower, yes. Alright, moving on down. Gonna ignore the enemies this time. Hey, bud. Well, I know that one's a trap chest still, so... Just checking the enemies aren't actually following me down here.
Well, nice of you to drop in. It's all a bit ad hoc. And welcome.
He's also got Varys gloves on. I think that's why one of them is bloody. Okay, what do we have? Actually, nothing much. Oh, with the Godslayer's Greatsword is a wild swing for him to have. We can buy a cheap stone sword key. The other one is 5 grand. Mimic's Veil is funny, but I won't worry about it. Jaren's armor and the mottled necklace aren't really that useful to me. Honestly, a bow might not be a bad call for later, but I don't have the stats to wield it. It's only 1 dex away, though. I think I might buy this just in case. But honestly, I was hoping Patches would have more stuff, like great runes and stuff. But I guess he doesn't. That's fine, though. All of the gestures are randomized within their own groups, so it's not like we'll get something else when we collect a gesture, meaning that like there's no need for us to do the extra part of the quest where he warps you to the Mistwood and then you get a gesture for coming back again and fighting him again and that kind of stuff. So as far as Limgrave is concerned, with the exception of the Poison Cave on Weeping Peninsula, we're basically good. And obviously returning to... oh, not returning to, that's up there. And getting to the Dragon Communion Church is the only other thing I've not been able to do because there was a giant bird in the way. We could go up the road to Artist's Shack, but I think there's still just a painting there. I assume that they haven't done too much to randomize that, aside from randomizing the painting itself. We can go up here to the Colosseum, because we get invaded there. Yeah, Dragon Communion and Caelid will have more stuff for us to buy from the shop there anyway, so if it turns out that one of the things in the Dragon Communion menu is like a great rune or something, we'll still be able to get it from the church in Caelid. It's more that there's a couple of items on the church in Limgrave, but not many. I think this wolf is the knight that's the guaranteed drop. Yeah, okay. So we got a guaranteed drop there, but it was just fire grease, so nothing to write home about. There's also a scarab up here. Who is now going to disappear because I was not good enough at catching him. So we'll try that again. Oh god, I just walked back to the catacombs that has the one incredibly laggy bird. Yep. Okay, getting out of there then. Just spent all your hearts last night in Caelid? Yeah. So yeah, we'll go back up the road here, and then we'll be able to try for that scarab again. Because the scarabs have had some pretty good stuff so far. That's not going to happen every time, but there's also an item up there that I just saw. Can I get to that from here? Probably not, right? Yeah, I'd have to jump down from the cliff up there. Okay, well, we'll remember that after we got the scarab taken care of. And there's an item up by the Colosseum here after you get invaded that might be something different, but it might just be the same item because it's an invasion, like, talisman, basically. Oh, not a talisman, but an effigy. There we go. Alright, well, it was grass, but worth it. Yeah, I think we need to hop down from the cliff top here to get whatever that is on the end of there. Oh. From a distance, that looked like it was going to be more worth it. When those crabs are in Ray Lucaria, they drop the glintstone crowns. Soldier ashes, sliver of meat. Oh, it's Wilhelm this time. That's fun. Wilhelm dressed as Celavis, I guess. Ow, okay. Wilhelm is more of a problem than I remember him being. But that's usually because you fight him in the Limgrave, or not Limgrave, Lanedale portion of the game. And so you are slightly better prepared for attacks of this caliber. And also, you're probably doing this invasion with Bernal, so... Alright, fair. We got him. And a larval tier. Well, at least we need, if we need to respec, we know we can. But from here, I think we either backtrack to Limgrave and do, to Weeping Peninsula and do Castle Morn, or we continue up through Stormveil. Because I think we've done all the catacombs, we've done the caves, with the exception of the Poison Cave on Weeping. But I don't think we need to do that anymore unless... maybe the boss there might give me a flask upgrade. I guess we'll go and do it just in case. I would like to have better flasks before we have to go and fight a Remembrance boss, that's all. We've also still got the Crucible Knight in here, who I could, I guess, try and fight now. I'm not great at fighting them with big weapons, but we can come back if it's a little rough. I am still two-handing this, right? Ow, yep. Okay, jump attacks don't work. Good to know. This is another fight that I wish I had better flasks for. Roll and poke. That's the trick. Okay, not bad. Now he's got the tail follow-up as well, so I'll need to be a little careful here. Annoying as heck when he doesn't look like he's going to do the tail follow-up and then still does it. Alright, we got hit, but we kind of traded there, so I'm okay with it, I guess. Oh, the rock nearly screwed me up there. Dwayne, I'm blaming you. Is this a new game? Very new. I mean, it feels new with the randomizer. That's for sure. Every time he input reads when I'm about to follow up and my attack isn't fast enough that it connects before he hits me. Yeah, I was going to get hit. The jumping attack was too much. I dislike the input reading. Yeah, it's annoying. The thing is, these guys have such strong patterns that you're always going to be able to read him after a while, so turnabout is fair play, I guess. Yeah, Toz, the randomizer is next level stuff. Like, I have... the whole point was that I wanted to try and get the Axe of Godfrey from before the very end of the game, which is like... is basically the second to last boss you get it from, and I found it in a cave south of the starting area. Like, the first thing I did on this stream, I found it. So, absurd luck, but the randomization is incredible. Okay, he's got wings early. Whenever you're ready, bud. Yeah, as soon as I start the swing, he's into the tail counter. Didn't do it that time, but he had the shield ready. Ah, dang it. I thought I rolled. Yeah, I'm usually fine with Crucible Knights. This weapon is a little slow, and my flasks don't fully heal me right now, even though my health bar is really small, so I normally have like +3 flasks before I even bother fighting this guy. Not that I normally bother, because the reward is an incantation that I don't use much. So we'll still come back to him, I think. Instead of... I think I can take him, but it's just going to be struggle bus otherwise. I want to keep the stream moving. So let's head on down here. Fight whatever's in place of the Blighted Bloom. Is the Ash of War any good on the axe? You know, I haven't tried. That's a good thought. Oh, right. So then we get... Yeah, we get a different heavy. So it's like another raw attack. If we get the raw talisman, I will be quite happy about that. Put it that way. But yeah, we get Godfrey's full heavy steppy attack. Shout out to all the normal enemies waiting around in this, getting poisoned. Oh! Clayman literally rolling through it. Like everybody tells you not to. Okay, we've got a couple of other items in this cave as well. There's crystal darts here. There's going to be something big over there. Oh! One of the actual guys is here. Like, this is his cave. He runs this place. Oh, wow. Rune Arc. Nice. That'll be helpful if we ever get any great runes, but who knows, because rando. Try hard guards. Do not interact. Let's see what's in here. Oh my god, it's another Duelist. This is the Duelist heavy stream, apparently. Duelist Blossom. Well, nice to meet you, Blossom. I think this is the first one. This is the one that's like in the Impaler's Catacombs, or whichever one it is. Because A, that was easy, and B, it seemed to have a fairly... Okay, well, we have one ending locked in. This is Dung Eater's Rune. This is like... For a start, this is the first time I've even seen this, because I've never done Dung Eater's quest to completion. That is the ending of the game where you curse everybody forever. An appropriate thing to find in the Poison Cave. Do you not think? This randomizer is honestly cracked. Like, it's making such incredible decisions. So we're doing Dung Eater's ending, because this is probably the only time I will ever want to do Dung Eater's ending, unless we do a Sword of Milos run eventually, but... Oh, okay, well... I've got a few things to think about. In the meantime, I think we're going to walk to Stormhill Shack. We're going to go and do the Everjail down here to see what's there, because we've done Aedan Thief of Fire, and I'm pretty sure that with Crucible Knight gone, this is going to be like... Darrowil, or... I mean, the worst case scenario is it's Black Knight Ringleader Electo, but... Who knows? Let's see what we get either way. Yeah, they weren't kidding when they said this was random. Absolutely. Oh, we can also go this way. Hop in through here. We'll do it after the Everjail. This could be Carrier Knight. This could be Battle Mage Hughes. It could be Darrowil. It's Vike. Okay. That's something I wasn't expecting. Vike's outfit is also very different. What a handsome man. He's got the Gravebird outfit from the DLC. Amazing. Don't you Dragon Bolt me, sir. Oh god. Yeah, no flasks for you. Ouch. Alright. We almost had him. Then he went full dragon on me. This making me interested in randomizers for other games. The problem is I have to be interested in the other games before the randomizer stuff. So, like, I don't want to do an Ocarina of Time randomizer, because I played that game, like, once, and it was okay. I get that it has a lot of historical importance and whatnot, but, like, I'm not really interested in doing a rando for it unless I know the game back to front. This game I know back to front, so the randomizer is actually kind of a fun exercise, and throws me a lot of wacky curveballs that I actually kind of understand. No healing. Dang it. No Dragon Bolts either. Okay, that time I just kept the pressure up enough that he couldn't really get to his phase 2, but thanks for the golden seed, Vike. I actually appreciate that one. Genuinely happy to receive one. No, I haven't tried Lies of P. I've never played Lies of P. I've seen some people play it, and they say it's probably the most worthy successor to the Souls-like genre. It's like basically somebody wanted to make their own version of Bloodborne. And fair play to them for doing that. I hate this. I hate this. Anytime it generates one of these birds somewhere, it just absolutely destroys my frame rate, and I think it's because it's doing collision calculations constantly. We now have a Somber Smithing Stone 6 and some leather armor. Is it time to finally ditch the dress? That does feel a bit more appropriate, but it does make me a heavy load. The alternative is Margit's cloak. So I think I'm going to stick with the Finger Maiden robe for now. Yeah, I have the GameCube version of Ocarina as well. A friend basically gave me his GameCube and Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker because I said I'd never played a Zelda game, and he was like, if you haven't played a Zelda game, then I'm not certain we can be friends. Which was honestly a pretty rad way of having played Zelda games for the first time, but I was never a Nintendo guy. I didn't have an N64. I had a Game Boy. I played Pokemon. That was it. So cool. Nice to find an Ash of War just lying in the road. So right now the choice is do Stormveil or do Castle Morn, and I think either works. I think I want to go and do Stormveil because I want to be able to beat a Remembrance boss. Still not entirely confident in doing that without Sacred Tears. We have been to all of the churches we possibly can in this area, and they have not had them. So, safe to assume we're going to be getting them at some other significant point. We've already done a pretty completionist run of Limgrave. So I think we got to muddle our way through Stormveil and see where we end up. We've already fought Moog in place of Margit, although on reflection, I think I might have been a little hasty when I said that it wasn't Sewer Moog. And the reason for that is because in second phase of Moog, Lord of Blood, even though he doesn't seem to do the Nihil attack, he still grows wings, and this one didn't. So I have a feeling it may have been Suamog after all. Which is only a concern in that we will have to fight Suamog at some stage. But yeah, the only thing in Limgrave we haven't done so far, I think, is the Artist Shack. Because I don't think there's anything significant there. But we've done the Catacombs, the Groveside Cave, we've done Limgrave Tunnels, we've done Murkwater Cave and Catacombs. We haven't fought the dragon in the lake here. That just gets you a dragon heart normally. It could get us something else. We haven't been down Shifra River well. I think everything else in Limgrave, including like High Road Cave and some of the stuff that you normally miss, we have done. I should have just walked to this side of Grace, really, shouldn't I? But, yeah, we can go and do Stormveil. Godrick will be here. We'll get him to open the gates, just in case we can't make it around the rest of this, because I don't believe I have the Rusty Key yet. I have the Sewer Jail Key for Lanedale, but I already have Dung Eater's rune, so that's kind of neither here nor there, actually. But yeah, if we can't get the Rusty Key, then you can't progress through the back road into Stormveil past a certain point. Okay, cool. That's another fun weapon to have at this stage in the game. This doesn't look like anything too significant. That's, yeah, Golden Rune. Nice. Over there is a unique item, a legendary item. I don't have a community Discord server, no. I used to have one for my Patreon campaign, but I shut it down when I shut down the Patreon. So, yeah, I find having a community Discord server seems like a fun thing to do, but I'm in enough other Discords, and I find them difficult to manage without relying on 24/7 moderation, which is something that I can't ask my current moderation team to do, because, honestly, I think them just volunteering their time to turn up for 3 streams a week is asking a lot when they are unpaid volunteers. But yeah, I kind of don't want to be responsible for a community round the clock, so...
It's titled Trying to Guard Your Breach. Well, but of course.
Godrick being like, really makes me laugh.
The gates! Open the gates!
Was just curious. Yeah, no, like, I want to make sure that people understand I have a good reason for it, you know? Interesting. I wonder what a Silver Pickled Foulfoot does for item discovery when the items are random. Another larval tier, huh? Yeah, we need to get down there and see what that is, because that's going to be either a key item or like a major weapon or something like that. Okay, there's a knight up there on the rampart. There's just this guy and a mad jellyfish. Oh, it's going to be so nice doing Stormveil without all the flying enemies. Angry Jelly, unfortunately, has to go. Because I need to see what this is. Mikola's Needle. Well, I wasn't planning on doing any Frenzied Flame stuff. Where does Mikola's Needle get to? But that's pretty incredible to have in Stormveil for no reason. Oh god, there's an omen there. I did not see the omen. This is actually incredible prank for Stormveil to play. Incredibly in character. I'm also now poisoned. And there's a madness flower, so This is incredible. What an amazing move. Big swings from Stormveil today. Don't really have much defense against poison currently. The Troll Knight's Sword. Well, amazing. We just got trolled, and we had the Troll Knight's Sword waiting for us the whole time. Fortunately, there's Grace down here, so we can get rid of the poison nice and easy, but that was pretty good, I would say. No, Miquella's Needle has nothing to do with Gowry in this context, because it's the golden needle that he wants. Miquella's Needle is the one that you have to use in Farum Azula to rid yourself of the Frenzied Flame. Traveler's Slops. Love to own a pair of trousers that are just called slops. Sanguine Noble. Happy to get rid of you. They're really annoying enemies. Shout out to whatever that was. There's a freaking bat in here. This is normally where you get the wolf claws. Like the Wolverine claws. The Warrior Jar Shard. A piece of Alexander. Our friend is watching over us. The boy, still alive, and yet blessing us with his pieces. Okay, I'm going to assume that there's nothing up here that can throw fire. So it's safe for me to just go through this. Because it seems to be a dog. And I think back there was a Clayman, so... Nice. So this is the point at which we get walled, because unless the rusty key is in the place it is in the vanilla game, there's no way for us to get through that door. So we basically have to go in through the main gate anyway. Fortunately for us... I love the cobweb in that window. It's so very, like, archetypal cobweb. Fortunately for us... we've opened the main gate. Godrick has trapped us in here with a finger creeper, I guess. Sacramental Bud. And whatever's in here. A painting. How lovely. That does imply that whatever's normally available from the paintings is not going to be... So we should probably go and do the Artist's Shack just to make sure that that's not where we get the rusty key or something. But either way, looks like we'll have to go through the main gate now. Let's go and do the Artist's Shack quickly first. How should we get there? What's the best way? Probably Murkwater Catacombs and then up the Spirit Spring. One day the developers will add TNT barrels hidden within the empty ones. Yeah. I think they are good at obscuring some elements of this game to the point of player frustration, but I think that might be a step too far. All you gotta do is not paint the barrels red. But yeah, the existence of paintings in chests implies that this is actually a spell. Okay, cool. We've got some ballista bolts from around here as well. Fun times. Okay, back to Stormveil. We're going through the main gates. We will traverse the rest of the castle, and we're not going to get shot at because chances are the game will not have spawned any crossbowmen who are capable of wielding the giant ballistas that are up here. And that is actually... The Grafted Scion is out here, along with a Mad Pumpkinhead. That's incredible. Well, there is a crossbow. Just not one that's really going to be a problem. And a Snake Man. A Man Serpent. Ambush Snail. Alright, cool. Whatever enemy is over here that's replaced the Omen Lion is going to drop something guaranteed. Nice. Gonna grab this Grace. We won't be able to access the Divine Tower until we have Godrick's Great Rune, and goodness knows how long it's going to take us to get that. Excuse me. Also running up these stairs without the flaming ballista bolts is going to be quite nice. Also, man, it's always a finger creeper. That's so funny. Oh my god, Marika's Saw Seal. Another talisman I've literally never got before because it's in the Halig tree and I never bother at that point. Okay, this place looks like it's going to be worth completely clearing out because there's actually some stuff here. Though it would be nice to have a Grace inside the castle before we do that. The Crystalian lurking over there is a lot. So if you'll excuse me, I'll just do a quick run around here. Oh, whatever this is looks good too. A Lord's Rune! Okay. Okay, now we're in business. I believe I can also just tap this and pick up whatever that is, but I need to heal quickly before this... Never mind. Never mind. Have any important items just fallen off the bridge or edges? I don't think so, because most of the time, when it comes to how they randomize items, all of the key item locations are randomized and they are static locations. Like, key items don't drop off of random enemies, and so they're not giving anything that is a unique drop to an enemy that could just die and miss your opportunity to do that, right? Like, it's not the way they program the randomizer, which is helpful. They want it to be possible to complete everything as opposed to being truly random. So let's go and grab whatever this is. Oh, it's Rogier's outfit. Amazing. Well, we'll find him somewhere in here, and he'll be wearing something different. Okay, all the paintings are now needles. So yeah, the Crystalians have those, like, Tron identity discs that they're going to throw at me. We're going to grab this Grace. Yeah, this is not like Solitaire, where there are some games you genuinely can't win because of the order the cards are dealt. Like, that is not how this works, fortunately. Honestly, the fact that it's now giving me all of these disparate smithing stones is both a good and a bad sign. So shout out to the flower that is up here standing on top of the stockade. Oh god, and there's a bird. At least this one isn't colliding with the scenery. Although it's colliding with me in ways that I'd prefer it didn't. Oh god. Yeah, the fact that I have to drink 2 flasks to heal 2/3 of my health really sucks. No, you don't. Also, whoever's behind Godrick's fog gate, I'm going to get to fight them with Nepheli. So if it's somebody weird and different, it's going to be really fun being able to fight them with Nepheli. Also, what's Nepheli going to be wearing?
Proud. You were a fine warrior.
Honestly, I think I prefer
Your
this.
mistake was your choice of master. Let the winds lift you to a higher place.
Rotten staff, nice.
Well, tarnished are you? I am Nepheli. I'm here by decree. How utterly this graft is tainted them. If you intend, I ask you call the winds run. I'm certain for. Apologies, as fellow down whatever.
Nepheli with like the C-3PO. You probably didn't recognize me with the red arm. Okay. What a crew. What a crew. The guy on the horse is going to be a problem. But he's going to make himself a problem. That's a problem I will quickly resolve. That's normally a Stone Digger troll, so it's actually kind of refreshing when it's not. Does that mean Ranni looks different? No, Ranni isn't a standard NPC model because she has 4 arms. And same with Blythe because he's big and a wolf. So I have this headcanon that I'm working with now that the randomizer is like magic basically, and Ranni and Blythe and like Ranni's whole crew is like immune to it. I think Celavis will actually be an exception because he's wearing an outfit that the player can obtain, right? Okay, there's actually a good item back there, but there's so much garbage in front of it. Is there anything out here that I can get? Or that's just the lift side chamber, right? Yeah. Like, anybody who is just a static NPC in a... I didn't realize notes could be part of that. That's kind of funny. Yeah, anybody who's a static NPC in one location can potentially look different. But, yeah, Ranni and Blythe and some of the others aren't, like, normal NPCs. Okay, we can summon Nepheli, but I want to go through here and see who it is first. Okay, the cloak is there, and the cloak is actually hiding some of this.
Mighty dragon, thou art a true-born heir. Lend me thy strength, O Kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights.
Honestly, watching the cutscenes just increases the suspense for who this is going to be.
Well...
Hey, Hornza, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in.
Lowly tarnished, playing as a lord. I command thee, kneel! I am the lord of all that is golden.
But who are you really? Godfrey the Grafted? This could not have been better. This could not have been more perfect. The golden lineage finally comes home to Stormveil. And I face him down with his IRL axe. Okay, let's see how we do here. Okay, so it doesn't work like the normal Godrick fight where at like half health he has a second phase. I don't like how much damage I've taken though. We kind of need to employ the roll and poke strat because I think I'm dying here. Yeah. He did! He's right there! He did the thing! Okay, cool and good. He just wants his axe back. I know. He can't have it. It's mine. So, let's summon Nepheli for this. Not because I think it's going to be necessary, but because I actually want to see this fight happen with Godfrey and Nepheli generationally facing off. But this is the Gold Phantom version of Godfrey, so that's the funniest part of this. Honestly, that, like, shockwave does a ton of damage when you just pull that out mid-fight. That's absurd. I need to be doing that attack more, I think.
I am the Lord of all that is golden.
And he left a letter to Bernal.
One day, we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
Loux versus Loux in the Battle of the Century. The dragon got to keep its head! That's really weird. I've literally never seen the dragon model like that, aside from before the fight happens. And that's actually a practical element of the scene. It's like a state change, right? Yeah, because now, now having completed that fight, the dragon's head is now gone. That's really funny. I mean, I guess like it's probably there during the first phase of the Godfrey fight, the Godrick fight, before he does that. I just never looked. And it makes perfect sense that it would be there. The Grace ate it, yeah. Also, I love the fact that he gave us a letter to Bernal. Deliver this letter for me. Okay, well, we've made it past our first remembrance boss. Does that mean... The thing is, we don't have a great rune yet. We didn't get a great rune from that. Also, Nepheli is still here.
To the bone. Oh, this weasel.
Who's Godrick?
He got what he bloody deserved. I will tell you though, he had.
Godfrey the Grafted, man. Okay, smithing stones. Oh, we got a somber 9 for absurd amounts of money. Thank you very much. Probably shouldn't have leveled up, should I? This is like nothing. The green burst we don't really need. Even though stamina recovery speed would be nice, I don't think it's going to be that crucial to the build. Okay, well. Didn't want to use my Lord's Rune for this, but here we are. I'm laying the foundations for later. Yeah, imagine Nepheli just follows us for the entire run now. This is now seamless co-op. Okay, we are getting close to the point where we could one-hand Axe of Godfrey if we need to. And now we've beaten a version of Godfrey with it. Pretty funny either way. It generates a seed that scrambles the bosses and enemies. Yes, correct. And so that writes to a file that basically tells the game where to find all of the items. And it inputs that instead of the normal map for where all of the items in the game should go. Yeah. Well, friends, this is not going to be a Shibuya Grape, for one thing. More Smithing Stone 8s. God, the game is absolutely messing with me for not having a standard weapon now. What it giveth with one hand, it taketh away with the other. But what it's giving us right now is Liurnia of the Lakes. And Hyetta is here. Nepheli is still in there somewhere.
Hello? Is someone there? My name is Hyetta. If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any Shibuya grapes in your possession to me? My eyesight has been weak since birth, you see, but when I eat, it will lead me. Oh, now I can. You are most kind. May the blessing of...
Strength.
You are most... May the blessing
We've completed the tutorial. One sec. Hang on. I'm pausing the stream to communicate this to Zloy. Okay, cool. So, Soldier of God was in fact Godfrey all along. I cannot wait for that to be the final boss at the end of the game. Like, if it actually gives us Soldier of Godrick instead of Elden Beast, I will die laughing. Church of Irith. Oh, Thops. I like this look for you, mate. You look kind of like Kratos, but with, like, mushroom arms.
You're tarnished, aren't you? Then, believe it or not, for a... Well, you're a true... My name, presuming you're only...
Engvol, Ritual Pot, Smithing Stone. Cool.
Apology, I'm afraid... Oh, right. I can tell you what you've seen. That's the... Only it's those after they declare the academy, as you might have guessed, making entry to the... And so on. When they cut... Why not without one? And you'll never... And if you've... Once you've...
I dread where the Elden Beast will appear instead. Yes. As long as it's somewhere like Melania's arena, where I'm just not going to go.
Still the illustrious...
Cookbook. I am absolutely dying for a sacred tear. Like, please, somebody... somebody give me a sacred tear. Okay, there's normally a scroll over here in the graveyard that you can give to a spell tutor. Looks like it's just a standard item. Blood Rose. Okay, cool. The greatest sorcery ritual pot, yes. His lawyer's like, I'm really getting the vibe of wasn't paying enough attention assembling this from the randomizer. Yes, entirely that. Yeah, all of the sacred tears are on the Halig tree, I'm pretty certain. Like, that's just what has happened. It just keeps giving me normal smithing stones, dude. I also love the fact that most of the bonfires normally have butterflies around them, but since it's swapped the butterflies for just static plants, everyone is burning a tree now.
You're new around here. Surprised no matter. Why don't... Oh, don't.
Windy Crystal Tear. Cool. He's still got a lantern. That's great. Somber Smithing Stone 4. Good investment for later. We still need a 3, but that puts us slightly closer to being able to level up this axe. Armorer's Cookbook is immaterial. We already have the Godskin Noble Hood, so if I wanted a Godskin look, then we could get that, but honestly, I think we're good. I want to see if I can go back to Round Table Hold and speak to Enya, even though we don't have a Great Rune. We can't. So Great Rune is also the requirement for getting in to see Enya. Oh, Roderica's here now, though.
Greetings, my name is... Isn't this place the round table? I never knew, although I'm still looking for... It's all a bit... I'm still looking.
So we can set up spirit tuning just in case we need this, and I assume that mechanic still works the same way.
Now, those are of a chat fine and well.
Oh, we need to meet Rogier. I just realized Rogier will be here, because he has a shop.
I saw enough their eyes shit.
You would get his bell bearing sooner or later anyway.
Besides, despite my decides, it helps me.
We have a mending rune, but not a great rune. Yes. Unbelievable.
It's all a bit... I'm still looking for my... Your dad, I don't believe. If I do, I suppose I'll ask my... Certainly. I know he's... I can tell.
It's going to be so refreshing having a Roderica who actually sits down and spirit tunes, because last time with Zloy we had the weird issue where Roderica just wouldn't set up for me. Yeah, she's wearing samurai armor, which actually looks kind of amazing on her. Like the Land of Reeds set. Let's go through here because there's a couple of easy items. And I have the Stone Sword keys now. Somber 2. Wish it was a 3. Oh, I'm still... Gauntlets, nice. I'm still so happy that we got the axe. Like, I am... The notion of playing the randomizer with an objective was really going to go either way, because most people play this and they're just like, sure, let me get to the end, let me like roll the dice, see what I get, go with whatever build suggests itself to you as you play, which is fun and fine, but man... Oh, Rogier, what's happened to you, bud?
Pleased to meet you. The name's Rogier, a sorcerer.
It's affecting the head as well as the legs.
State. I had a little mishap, and now I can't move. As you might guess, it's far from ideal. Ah, I'm privy to it. Would you care to learn? Time can move. A little
An ancient dragonsmith. He's got the raw medallion. Okay, we need this. We need this. We need this. Oh. So happy to see you, Rogier. So happy to see you.
Ah, well done. Something to mark.
Well, thanks for the cash, I guess.
The misshape, that is a... It happened. Someone's... And on a bit... That was the... And it became... I once wish the world has grown. You'd better... And thy urge, the... This... I can scarcely recall our...
So we had the black knife print from the previous stream.
I'd love nothing more. Though only traces of the... Half my body... Ah, D is an old. We found ourselves... But our paths... Though that's... The battle... They were conceived in the past. Fascinating. That the golden... With the order... Such adaptability.
Okay, cool. So... Amazing. That's going on here.
Go to Garank. Killing those is a path.
We still need to go see Garank as well, because he's going to give us something in place of the Beast Iron Claw that he normally gives you.
Oh, your divinity, have mercy and grant me forgiveness.
Dude, same.
Would you like me now?
So yeah, if anyone didn't see Fear last time, this is what Fear looks like.
You are...
My dear, have you ever... Dear Rogier and the ancient Black Knight, along with these grand... But, dear, in truth, about the Black... But it wouldn't
Normally she gives you a map there. You found a simple map. No, I didn't. You found a way to keep Fia's face somewhat covered. Feels respectful. Kinda does, yeah. So we have to wait until we progress Rani's quest before we come back and continue Fia's and the whole thing with the Weather Dagger and everything. We'd have to find the Weather Dagger separately because we can't give it to D unless we have it. So, is Rogier done now?
Ah, my examination.
There we go.
Now I have a lunar demigod. Hers was truly. But if Rani, then she should... I would like you to procure. And then... There's a manor. It is the familiar. There's been talk of Rani's word. But I suspect... I'm afraid... Do you know of the very note by D's account? Truth be... You may find
D's accounts. Okay, cool. So now we have the reason to go and talk to Rani. Not that we needed one.
Well then.
Corrin doesn't have anything else for us, right? Yeah, this is all just the stuff we've seen before. Gideon is in his study now, but he doesn't have anything else to give us. Nepheli normally gives us the Arsenal charm here.
Nepheli Loux, I'm glad to see you here. I found it in God. You defeated. Make good use. I don't intend to.
Of course. I love how everyone just keeps giving me smithing stones for, like, everything. Okay, so nomadic merchants are all starting to fill out here. We don't have anything else that we can get from them, aside from maybe more stone sword keys later. Cool, okay. Ensher's just hanging out there. Gideon's in his study, all's right with the world. We'll return to Stormveil, because there's a ton of Stormveil we haven't explored yet. But first I'm going to quickly grab the map to Liurnia. And I assume at some stage in Liurnia we'll find the rusty key so we can finally make that loop of Stormveil. But I'm fairly certain we can get to the Rampart Tower without it. We just have to go up through the churchway. Okay, the map is now behind a crab. Excuse me, madam. Thank you. The lobsters here are bad enough without one of them being on the main road. Yep. Curseblade Rogier. Yeah, incredible. Incredible costume design. So we're going around the lobster. Good to know. Let's at least get the Laskia ruins grace so that we can go back there, but I bet my runes are just, like, on top of where the lobster was. Yeah, pretty much. I've appreciated that Dark Souls often leaves your souls somewhere that is very easy for you to go and collect them later. And Elden Ring tries to do the same thing, but the problem with Elden Ring being open world is that enemies just spot you from all over the place, and there are fewer walls to get in the way. So a lot of enemies have what feels like a pitifully small detection range, but you can kind of see why. Okay, back to Stormveil. I'm actually going to go to the secluded cell, Grace. I'm going to take a quick break to run to the bathroom, and then we'll return shortly after this. But yeah, I'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes' time. Alright, we're back. I've still never quite figured out why the control square does not want to do the pink scene in the squares behind me, but let's not worry too much about that. Also, when I was at the bathroom window, I looked out and down into the garden, and there was a fox sat there under the hedge. It's raining outside right now, and I think it was just looking for somewhere dry. Okay, so first of all, let's run across here and try and take out some of these guys who should have fairly low health because they are normally just the small jars. So these things that are all just like milling around here are probably going to go down in a swing or two, despite them looking like fairly formidable enemies. They still have the same mechanics though, so this... Now I have Scarlet Rods. And a pest is here. Thanks for the arrows, bud. I think the pest was the stand-in for the big jar that's normally there. Ow, dude. Why are Rotten Duelists actually the worst? Get wrecked. Okay, now I am poisoned and scarlet rotted. I love that for me. Primal Glintstone Blade is pretty fun. Especially considering we don't have the jellyfish. Which is normally how you get the Primal Glintstone Blade. Not just bringing up jellyfish for no reason. Okay, don't need to tangle with that lot anymore. So we need to go back through Stormveil, do a bunch of the side rooms and whatnot. Probably do the... whatever the ulcerated tree spirit is. Smithing Stone 7? It keeps giving me somber 2s. I'm like, please give me a 3. Please just give me a 3. Oh, I forgot about this bird. Maybe I'll just warp to Lift Side Chamber instead. Don't know why I started in the, possibly the worst place. Alright, so let's roll on down here and get this. There's a few things down here that'll be nice. Ow. More living jar shards. Not a talisman this time, though. Oh, the Antspur Rapier is here. Fun. That's a weapon we've already used for one of these playthroughs. I love when it replaces rats with stuff that is equivalent of being a rat. Driver. A random hair in my mouth. Haha! Wow, 2 runes. Actually kind of worth it, because I can use any levels I can get at this point. So there's a bunch of items that are down here. Oh, one of which looks good. Normally this is an ulcerated tree spirit. It's been replaced with a marionette soldier because... Opalin hard tier? Oh, unfortunately not a somber, but pretty good. Yeah, though, the, I always think of the tree spirit that appears down here as a boss, but it's not a boss. Say hello to Godwin, everyone. We actually got the Chrysalids Memento from Stormveil. Oh! That's actually quite nice. Actually very sweet. We also need to go back to the Stormhill Shack now that Rodrika's moved, because she normally leaves a golden seed there for you. Pigs is a cat, confirmed. I mean, there is a game called Pix the Cat. I'm not saying it's about me, because it isn't. But, like, coincidences, right? Please just give me a 3, me at university with a course I didn't pay attention to. Gosh. Please just give me a 3, me posting my selfies on Hot or Not. Now here's a question. Do I have any stone sword keys left? Well, I have one now, so that's that problem resolved, isn't it? Also, shout out to Magma Shot. Tried to use that spell a couple of times. It was not great, from what I recall. Oh god. The game is honestly fairly good at putting ambush enemies where you typically get ambushed, so fair play, I guess. We found 10 festering bloody fingers here. Oh god. Red Albinorix actually kind of the worst. Newman's rune. Appallingly flat Newman. Oh yeah, of course you can't go that way. Right, makes sense. Good. You kind of get a preview of the area below Stormveil from that area, but... Right, so I won't be able to use the elevator on this side of the room because you have to activate that from the Rampart Tower. This looks like a nightmare, but probably won't be too bad. Yeah, okay, good. Smithing stones. Academy glintstone staff. And godskin trousers. Wonderful. Love that. Hello. Oh, perfume. You're a Lanedale guy. Oh my days. Smithing stone 3, not a somber 3, so I don't care. This is normally some exalted flesh. And now it's a living jar shard. Those guys are just dissociating, that's fine. We'll be fine without them. Smack, smack, and smack, and get out of here. Lutel the Headless. There's a Finger Creeper on patrol in here instead of a Knight. I'm fine with that trade-off. Somber 9. I just bought one of those from Gostock for 20 grand. Wish I could sell them for 20 grand. Get anything from going up to the roof there? Half a Godskin outfit now? Yes. Da, 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 da. I never noticed they have a hairnet. The most grandma thing to have. Another stone sword key. How wonderful. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. The little, like, lament they sing is always so eerily beautiful. And then you try and engage with them and they destroy you. That's normally what happens. At least you can open some doors, yeah. Happy to be able to open some doors. Thanks for the frozen raisin, my dude. Also, portrait of Godfrey in the... like, this has come together so well. Like, the fact that Godfrey is there... After we got Godfrey as the boss battle is just... full chef's kiss randomizer roll. Like... Still so funny. Okay. As we come through here, there's nothing much in this room. Well, there's an item there. Mushrooms and another smithing stone. I have so many. I have like 22 smithing stone wands, and that's not counting the 12 I already used to upgrade the golem, gargoyle's axe. Of course, he's not affected by that because he's flying, but dealt with the guy behind me, didn't it? Got slightly jittered on there, but... the old, like, stomp and swing is actually going to be worth using, I think. There's nothing behind this altar, right? No, that's not in this room. In before the rusty key to get through that one door is like right behind the door that you need it to go through. Because you can get into Stormveil this way. There's no need for them to necessarily have it be difficult to get. More smithing stone wands. Oh, at least we don't have to deal with exploding barrel birds. We do have to deal with finger creepers, though. With Raw Medallion, it's worth it. Bye, Ginger. Have a good one. Thanks, as always. Why is it in here? So this is an Elden Ring randomizer. We have randomized the location of... oh, wait. Do you actually trigger it from down there? Hilarious. I thought it was the other way around. Yeah, we've randomized the location of enemies, items, and a bunch of other stuff. So that this place is just throwing smithing stone 9s at me. Yeah, basically it makes it a challenge and a more interesting playthrough for folks who have already played the game several times and kind of know the locations of all the items. It's kind of like a refreshing way to play. Just gonna wait for this to calm down. Your guess is it's on top of the tower? Yeah, could be. Just gonna get out of here. We've got the Rampart Tower Grace now, so I don't need to worry too much about where we head up here, but we'll see what happens. Oh, there's actually a Banished Knight here. So that means I'm dead, yeah. Looking around at the items that are here, though, there might be some useful stuff. It's a worm face around the corner, gotta remember that. Oh, okay. Right. The thing is, I have absolutely no idea what this randomizer has done to the placement of Great Runes, and we need 2 of those to get into Lanedale, which I think should be the only thing preventing us from progressing at this stage. Like, it'll prevent us from getting into Raya Lucaria if we don't have the Glintstone key, but aside from that, there aren't really many other factors limiting where you can go in the game. It's just 2 runes to get into Lanedale. That's like the benchmark. Oh, that item I think was just dropped by the enemy because it wasn't anything useful or interesting. I forget if there's anything around here. I don't think there is. I think it's in this tower. Normally you get a stone sword key from, like, whatever's on this corpse. Oh. I was thinking the bird was still going to be there. I've completely forgotten my own, like, my own setup here. Yeah, that was just going to be a gesture anyway. Balled up is about how we want to, how we roll here. I mean, it is how you roll, is balled up. I'll just be climbing this ladder now. Yeah, no, the logic doesn't block progress, but it's like we've got to scour every possible location that the Great Rune could be. Normally this is all birds. Okay, we have the Homing Instinct painting. Shout out to the penguin there, by the way. Get wrecked. Well, this is unpleasant. It's also entirely possible that some of the Great Runes and stuff could just be in, like, Shifra River, where we haven't been yet. There are many other possibilities, but yeah, I just really want a single flask upgrade. Ah, I see what's happened here. If I do about here... Yep, okay, I got one of them already. And if I crit this guy... If I can find out where to crit this guy, there we go. That could have been messy, because I'm pretty sure this is one of the trolls that has the madness spells. And those are really tough to fight, because the area of effect is so big. This guy is literally in the place he normally is. I love when the randomizer occasionally adds 1+1 and actually gets 2. You know? Speckled Hardtear is nice. Yeah, those rare occasions on which the bits flip themselves back into the original place. Is it randomized what corpse this is, or is there normally a dog here? That's concerning. Smithing Stone 2. I forget if you get anything from around here. Because I know this ultimately puts you out where the... Oh yeah, we get one thing here. It puts you out next to where the little passageway with the rats and stuff is, where you get the Godskin prayer book, I think. And I think at this stage I would rather go back this way, roll off onto the battlements, and go around to the one where you get the arbalest. Because that might be an interesting drop. Didn't hit the guy, but managed the follow-up. Okay, this is not an interesting drop. This is garbage. But hey, at least we tried. So now we'll go up through the courtyards. Go through the little cellar or whatever it is. Oh, we didn't get whatever that is. Oh, just a golden rune. That's fine. I'll take it. Worth. We have this room as well, and there's normally a guy up there, although it seems to be a snail today, so he can live. Wolves, though. That doesn't look like it'll be worth it. Best case scenario, it's a golden rune of some description. Worst case scenario, Oh my god. Okay, I do not have any flasks, so I'm just going to run past this guy and hope he doesn't do an attack. I'm not sure where that guy's head is. I probably don't want to know. Cool, thanks. Give me all the smithing stone 8s, I guess. Or the other thing. Yep, that's the other thing it could do. Beast Crest Heater Shield, not bad. There's one item down there that looks like I will want it. Everything else around here is garbage, so let's roll down here. Try not to die of fall damage. Grab whatever this is. Oh! Our second Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. And not the kind that I actually want, but hey, we tried. So we'll run in here. Get the Ronin's Gauntlets. And I think we are basically done with our little guided tour of Stormveil here. I don't think there are many other places with items that we haven't been to. I can't believe we automatically get up into combat. There we go. Take me to Stormhill Shack so I can see what Roderica left behind. And then we'll continue on through Liurnia. Well, it's been an eventful one so far. I'm enjoying this immensely. More living jar shards and some jerky, I guess. There's one other place we haven't been in Liurnia, which is so minor that I normally don't even bother. But this was an area that I went to on my first playthrough. I think it's along here. You go up through here and there's a bunch of, like, jellyfish and stuff around a graveyard. Is that... Oh, that's up there. Okay. How do I get to that? Is that from up top? Or do I get to it, like, this way? Oh, I guess I can get to it this way. Because there's a couple of items around here, but there's loads of, like, weird enemies here, too. You get to the end here, and there's a bunch of enemies surrounding an item that's just, like, resting up against one of the headstones. This. And it's 3 Trina's lilies today, so not to worry, we can move on from here. Hop down and right off into the sunset. The flower still sees me. Alright, we've done Stormhill Evergaol because that one was Vike. We still haven't done the Evergaol on Weeping because that was the Crucible Knight. I guess we're going to Liurnia and we're going to systematically do bits of Liurnia. You're right, I didn't jump off the wall in Stormveil. Maybe we'll quickly do that then. Yeah, to fix the lift. I guess the Crucible Knight would have a guaranteed drop as well, because it's going to have like one of the incantations, so that will turn out to be something else, I'm sure. I think I just didn't want to go past the Finger Creeper. Or whatever that guy was. Pretty sure that was one of the imps. Oh, well, here's already something that we will regret not having missed. Or not. Every so often, those items are just rare crafting ingredients, and I'm like, thanks, guys. There's also this Scarab, who I suppose we should fight. Phantom Slash is not terrible. It's literally a misbegotten this time. Great. Good stuff. More Sacramental Buds. Smithing Stone 7 and Old Pajamas. Well, I'm glad we did that. Little diversion. I don't think there's any other items around here. I mean, there might be like 1 or 2 or something, but hopefully nothing awful if we move on. I suppose the other thing we should do is go and see Geraint in Caelid, because he might give us something wacky. And there's a few other places we can go from Caelid. I also want to see what's there where Greyoll should be, because obviously we haven't done the usual like rune farming kind of setup that I normally do. We've kind of been playing this like a normal playthrough, give or take everything wacky that it's done. But yeah, we should give this a go and see what happens. I won't be able to lure a Knight's Cavalry off the... Oh wait, no, I might be able to, because I think it just swaps around the Knight bosses. Okay, the Black Knife Assassin is here instead of the Black Blade Kindred. They are still technically a Black Blade of some kind. Yeah, Greyoll is just going to be another dragon, because that's how they've done the dragons. Wait, I don't have any Death Root already, do I? Frickin' D is like, go and see Geraint, and I'm like, why? Because I didn't get any Death Root for fighting the guy in the thing. Okay, so this is Black Blade Assassin, but with the health bar and the damage of Black Blade Kindred. So this is going to be a bad fight for me. Not the best matchup, methinks. I'm still going to try it because we've started now, but I also seem to have the high ground, which did not help me in that moment, but, you know. Black weapon extended family, yes. Yes, okay, so we'll ignore this fight for now. I need better flasks, I need better health bar. I have just been putting all my stats into strength, but that's because this thing needs 42 strength in order to one-hand. In the meantime, though, there is still a golden seed over here, which is going to be something different. Another key item of some kind. Ooh, if that would be amazing. Wait, no. The Somberstone ones give you up to +3, I think. It's not 2 per, it's different. So that's actually good, because that means I can get my axe to +4. That's actually very good. Okay, we need to go to Round Table Hold and turn that in. While we're doing that, name that dragon, folks. Yeah, okay, we're still good there. Wait. I just realized it's not going to sell me the Somber Smithing Stone 3 because it's a different set of items. I shouldn't have got ahead of myself. But that is 1 and 2 right there in infinite supply. So maybe it is. Maybe it just doesn't. I don't know. So the question is, what is this chain attached to? Not worth getting killed for. It's like a tail. It's prehensile. Can use that to swing from a tree. No, I'm thinking the dragon on the bridge is Agil. Because Agil is not in the lake. The one in the lake is Landsax. And in this shuffle around, it's done with the dragons. Obviously, Placidusax is not going to be part of that. This looks like an ordinary dragon. I don't know if there being more named dragons like this than Agil and Greyoll. So unless it's just decided to put Greyoll on her bridge. Thought so. There's a graveyard over here as well. Thinking about it. And a boss fight that is normally the Erdtree avatar. But that looks like a Blackblade Kindred to me. A gargoyle of some fashion, at least. Imagine if it was a duo fight and they just put valiant gargoyles right there. Ooh, Unseen Form? Zamor Ice Storm, okay. Some ordinary golden runes. I guess I should also do this trick while we're at it. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Well. Landsax on a lake sounds horrible. It's the only one I haven't... I looked at it and I was like, nope, not fighting it. Because Yeah, the lightning attacks, probably not especially easy to deal with when you're on Aguil's Lake. Yeah, we'll have another go at that one, shall we? Thankfully, it put my runes up here, so I don't need to do this perfectly. Okay, this time we're staying on the horse until I'm reasonably sure I can dismount properly. What up? A reasonable thing to find in a magical tower, I will grant you. But there's no call for it. What if I go and deliver that to the Cellin in Celavis's cellar now? What does that do to progression? I ask you. Now here's an important question. Is that the bell-bearing hunter? No. No, thank you. Yeah, Senisax on the lake is bad enough. I don't wanna fight Landsax. Okay, no bell-bearing hunter. So here is the curious thing. I don't know where else the randomizer could put Greyoll other than up here on the hill, because it's such a big dragon. I don't really see there being anywhere else practical in the game that she could go. And so I'm kind of wondering if Greyoll is still going to be here. If she isn't, then I have follow-up questions. But no, she is still here. She's basically part of the scenery, so I'm kind of not surprised. The main thing, though, is I don't know if I have a good bleed weapon yet. I do have Eleonora's pole blade. I don't think I have enough dex to wield it. That causes Scarlet Rot build-up. Okay, I have the Wakizashi. I guess this will have to do. I also... Oh, okay, for a second there I couldn't do item crafting. But it's okay because I couldn't possibly have the recipe for blood grease yet anyway. But yeah, I guess we're going to slash at this dragon with a dagger for a while. Cool, thanks for the manchettes, I guess. I think I do have a... No, I don't have a gold-pickled Foulfoot. Okay, let me abandon this fight for a second. Yeah, I have no idea what Greyoll's children are either. They might still be dragons. Whatever's fighting in there is occasionally dropping runes for me, and I don't hate it. If I go and see... I'm pretty sure the Twin Maidens at the Round Table Hold have some gold-pickled foul feet. If they don't, then... Patches has one. one of these shops, I think. Yeah, there we go. May as well buy a couple more just in case. So we'll go back to Fort Faroth, we'll do the usual thing. But yeah, I much as I wanted them to put Greyoll somewhere else, I can see for practical purposes why they didn't. Like, the funny thing about Greyoll is that she doesn't even technically count as a boss, she's just so big and old. On Dark Souls 1 right now, I've started using a weapon called the life something scythe. I forget what it's called. It's like the life death. But it's an upgrade from the scythe to the one that you need the Soul of Priscilla for. Anyway, and it's an absolutely wild weapon because it does a ton of bleed damage, but it also builds up blood loss on you as you use it. And so I've had to go and buy a ring that gives me a ton of extra bleed resistance. Yeah, we got the item that was in the... Okay, now I'm getting smithing stones. We got the item in place of the golden seed from Rodrika. It was tragically not anything useful. What I think of the Painted World, I thought it was a cool area. I hated the enemies that automatically give you Toxic if you melee them. Because I'm a Dex build, so I don't really have anything other than melee. Yeah, it's not called Life Death, but it's called something like that. It's like... It's the life something scythe. The other thing about the Painted World was that I didn't know how on earth I would have figured it out if I hadn't been watching somebody else play Dark Souls, and he was like, so you know that doll you got? Think about where it has paintings. And I was like, oh, okay. Darn it. Life Hunt. That's the one. Yes, thank you, chat. I knew you lot would know. Yes, you would know or have access to Google, whereas I can't stop slashing this dragon right now, so... But yeah, I went back to a guy who has a ring that gives you 400% bleed resist, so now I actually have a chance of hitting things more than twice before inflicting catastrophic hemorrhage on myself. Okay, just a couple more cycles of this and we should be good. I should probably get the foul foot on my quick bar just in case. It's in Dark Souls 3 as a faith spell from Aldrich. Like the scythe is, or the bleed resist? Because the other thing I was curious about was whether or not giving myself better bleed resistance on armor was going to help at all. Whether it all contributed to an overall meter, or if it was just the damage had to come from an external source if I was guarding against it with armor, you know? Because there is an armor set that has really high bleed resist that basically makes you look like a Ring Wraith or the Grim Reaper, and that plus the Scythe stereotypically looks very kind of Grim Reaper-esque, but I also really like the Wanderers set that I started with, just in terms of, like, fashion, so... Okay, so whatever Greyoll's children were, they are dead now. And now I have a Golden Rune 3. Instead of 5 Dragon Hearts. Yeah, whatever Greyoll's children were, they probably weren't dragons, because as far as I can tell, I did not get the same amount of runes. But I can at last upgrade my vigor and wield this axe one-handed. Not that I especially want to. The colossal weapon moveset is not that different one-handed versus two. Very curious about what's going on in here. Judging by the sound effects, I kind of don't want to know. But there are also items in here that will probably end up being useful, and I don't get poisoned for once, so that's nice. Yeah, I think the Dragon Communion place will have random stuff too. The problem then is I have to kill some of the dragons. And I'm not certain that killing the dragons is what unlocks... Okay, cool. I'm not certain that killing the dragons is what unlocks the spells that I would get from the Church of Dragon Communion, but I guess we'll find out? Question mark? Okay, this is going to be worth getting, whatever it is. Okay, nice. I now have more of the malformed dragon set than I expected to get on this run. And these are just bugs, so... Nice! We don't even have the sewing needle to give to Bok yet, but hey, at least we got that. The hardiest slug on planet Earth. Slugs and snails and puppy dog tails. What kind of magic spell to use? Yeah, I don't know why those guys were fighting, but I think that Pumpkinhead might have just aggroed them somehow. I'm now thinking of all of the different places I can acquire cool items from in the regular run and thinking, what has the DLC, not the DLC, the randomizer turned those into? Horsecrest wooden shield. Golden slam. Yay, we have the ground pound. We have the butt bounce. So another thing. This is something I have never done before. And we're doing it on a randomizer, so I still don't quite know what to expect. There is a weapon that you can only get by kind of parkouring your way down the outer edges of this building. And I don't really know how to do it. But we can take a quick look, because it might be this side, it might be the other. Like, there's all of this stuff going on down here. Like, how do you get to that? On the left when you look at the entrance, so back on the other side? Okay. Because that's the, where you get the Cinquedilla from, which is another weapon that I have never used. The Italian cold steel Cinquedilla. Right there, okay, I see it, I see it, I see it. So I gotta hop down onto that. Somehow from here. I get vertigo doing this. It's like right here, I guess. Probably easiest on the horse because of Potential for fall damage. Nice. Yeah, and then we just kind of like gently parkour our way down. I guess we hop to here. Nope. No, we don't. But I made it, and I'm down. And that's okay. Hey, Prepared Leap, thanks so much for the 100 bits. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. So now if we go around here, there's a plant there. There's a plant there. I'm not sure where we're expected to look for this. But you can get out onto these, obviously. So I'm like, is it on the outside? There's a plant down there. I don't see any glowy items. Is it like on the lower ring of these? It's down even lower. Okay, okay. Do you continue down this way? Or do you have to, like, hop down in some other fashion? Let's have an explore. Again, this is genuinely something I've never done, which is kind of exciting about this, because like, it's so rare to have things that you've never done in this game after a while. Whoa. So what is the ideal way of getting down to there? I think if I jump down from this height, I die. Can I get down to, like, this layer? Let me drink first. Can I get down here? Oh, that's rough, but I should be able to jump on the horse from here. And it's got, like, little fellas who are here to mess you up. But then from here I should be able to drop down to that, right? It's so hard gauging full distances. I know you, root resin. And butterfly. Another one of these. Yeah, I know you can drop, like, whatever they are, like rainbow stones and stuff. Prism stones if you're playing Dark Souls. There's a cotton normally here. That makes sense. That makes sense. So is it still down further? Is it on those pillars? Because there's a finger creeper there, which has me presuming you can jump down to those. Oh, it is. This is wild. Again, having never done this before, this feels hilarious. And it's a somber smithing stone too, folks. I like the fact that it's windy down here. Kind of gives you this Farum Azula vibe, even though the place itself is gone. Is that where you get the Cinquedea, though? Is it, like, in the mouth of this beast corpse? There's a talisman here, too. Like, on this level, on this layer. There's a bunch of plants there. Yeah, we did it first try. I can at least be proud of that. We got this guy. Oh, okay, I see something. That's another common item, though, so... Immunizing cured meat, another Somber 2, and a golden rune. Well, at least we did it, because I will have to come back here to get hold of... I think it's like, it's one of these, isn't it? It's this one. Like the Dragon Crest shield. It's like one of them. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, we did that. I'm glad we did that. I think I want to go back to Liurnia. I've had enough of Caelid. We can't do half the stuff I wanted to do in Caelid anyway, because we don't have Death Root and a few other items. Which I want to assume that you'd still get from boss fights, but I don't have anything to really base that on yet. Let's be real, if we wanted to get absolutely everything we could, we would probably have to make this an all bosses playthrough. Which does seem absurd when... Nice try. It does seem absurd when I got the weapon I need to beat the game really early. But the problem with that... the problem with that is that there's other things you need to beat the game. Things that I take for granted and probably will not anymore. I was so hoping that that was going to be the Academy Glintstone key. Alas, it is not that simple. Enemy around here is a guaranteed drop because it gives you a shield. Or is it the shield that you pick up from... I think you pick up the shield from this. So yeah, I'm misremembering that, but I remember getting that on my first playthrough and being like, ooh, fancy shield. Ignore all this, grab whatever that is, more smithing stones. There's a few items here and there on your way out of this area. There's also the finger reader over here, but I don't think there's anything else on this bridge. There's a scarab under the bridge. I think the sound is meant to draw you towards the finger reader. In that lovely way they like to bait the player into places. But hey, now we've done Academy Gate Town. We can grab whatever this is. Nice. Go and get the map from over here. And now I have to remember where every item in Liurnia is. Hey, bud. Nice cannon. Stay away from that bird. Oh yeah, it's south of me. This away. Caelid is a silly place. Vary turns up being like, so you had an audience with the two fingers. I'm like, sorry to break it to you, bud. I did not. Okie doke. Well, I think let's do a little run around the gazebos. We'll go and see Raya. Although, in order to get back her necklace, that's going to be a tall order. Wonder what the Deathbird got swapped with. So the thing about the night bosses is they all seem to be on their own, like, their own little randomizer track. And so what I'm imagining is the Deathbird is probably either a Knight's Cavalry or a Bell-Bearing Hunter or one of the other things that only shows up at night. I'm going to say I appreciate it if they let me open the map. I'm trying to think what other bosses are night bosses exclusively, but I think it is just those few, right? It's Deathbirds, it's Bell-Bearing Hunter, and it's the Knight's Cavalry. Hello?
Hello? Hello? Please.
Oh, she's got a warm cloak on and absolutely no...
Hello.
She's got mushrooms growing on her legs.
Isn't it? My mistress sent me off on an errand, but I was a could I ask that thug only?
Something about this makes her look even more bent over.
Oh, what a blessed thug should be, please. The thug, please.
Well, time to go find Boggart and see what he's selling instead of boiled prawn. We know that the round table holder's already selling boiled crab. But he probably has something other than Raya's necklace as well. Raya's necklace doesn't block progression, but it's going to be out there somewhere. Also see what Boggart's wearing. This is going to be interesting. It doesn't look good, does it?
What are you looking at? You trying to start something, mate?
Oh my god, he's got an Omen Killer mask.
Show me, and I'll consider. I'm not in love with it. You're a shrewd one. First.
Huh.
All right. Things know your bloody act.
Things no damn use to anyone. You're more right than you know.
All right then. I could be.
Well.
Oh, all right. Well, but it ain't my. Anyway, look, if she ain't down. Married.
I'll buy a bolt, so you'll be my friend.
Never met some make good mates. I'll be seeing you.
My thanks. He's a lot more formal in this one. Okay, so we have no chance of completing Raya's quests. I guess we continue on to the other gazebos, because those usually have guaranteed items in. We also got something over here at Temple Quarter, and then whatever's behind the dragon that's presumably replaced Smaragd. Well, at least now we have made friends with Boggart by buying one of his freshly stewed bolts. We will probably be able to meet him in Altus, at which point he will start selling something different. Dolores. Always a pleasure. Oh, this one's the Grace, isn't it? This is the Grace that's near Albinauric village. Find the Albinauric one. I bet there's going to be some wacky stuff in Albinauric village too. Oh, we're going to wrap up after this, though. I'm starting to feel my energy dipping. I think we need to figure out what's for dinner. It's probably going to be a pasta dish tonight. Perhaps with anchovies and kale. But yeah, I definitely need some energy back. And then I need to get recording a Minecraft video featuring bundles. I just thought, you know those balloons that are up there that normally give you like a golden rune 6 when you pop them? Prophet trousers, nice. I bet those have something completely different in them now. So that's going to be another voyage of discovery, isn't it? So the Temple Quarter here has a building on one of the corners which contains a chest, which is normally the Ice Rind hatchet. However, it is now the Unseen Blade. And it's correct about that because I don't see the blade either. Yay, more Elden Ring! Yes, we are going to be wrapping up really soon because I have been streaming for another 3 hours. Oh my god, it's another... Why does it keep putting the lightning dragons In the lakes. Well, at least it's walking away from the spot where I want to investigate. And then it's, of course, walking back. Don't even know which one this is. A sacred tear! Oh my gosh, a sacred tear. It was worth it. It was worth it. Ah, +1 flasks. We did it. Oh god. Oh, I've never been happier. Never been happier to avoid a dragon. Oh my goodness. Starting and ending the stream with the good finds. Yeah. Yeah, for real. Oh, finally. Finally, +1 parts. They're normally like +6 by the time I even get here. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I think we've been there. I'm pretty sure we went there. Did we? I don't know. I think so. I think so. Anyway. Yeah, there's a few other places we want to go to, but we're gonna get to all of this, folks. We're gonna have Thursday to investigate more of this. I think we'll wrap up there. I still genuinely cannot believe we have the Axe of Godfrey now. And we got it from a location that I don't think I would ever have gone, were it not for the fact that this has to be sort of completionist for us to manage. But, well, would you look at that? Alright, folks. We're going to wrap up. We're going to raid somebody. We're going to do our usual thing. And I will say farewell to you until Thursday. Look out for YouTube videos popping up. They may not be right away tomorrow, but they will probably be sometime tomorrow or on Thursday. Very early on Thursday. I will send you folks over to Joel tonight. Joel will not understand any of the Elden Ring stuff, so don't bug him about it. But he is playing some more Satisfactory, so you can keep it in the variety gaming stuff. There are, of course, plenty of folks streaming Minecraft, if that's your bag, and plenty of people streaming Elden Ring, if that's your bag also. But we will wrap things up, send you folks over to Joel, and I will call it a night. Thank you so much for being here, folks. I'll see you again on Thursday for another one. Until then, take care. Bye for now.